Hello, Anime VISOR here,
and SiGNUM,
with a review for Studio Ghibli's newest and first fully CG movie, Earwig and the Witch, currently available on HBO Max.
What's it about, and how was it?
Let's hit play and find out. Earwig and the Witch is based on a book by UK author Diane Wynne Jones. She was also the author of Howl's Moving Castle. I'm sure many are aware that Ghibli also adapted it into a movie, as Howl's Moving Castle is one of Studio Ghibli's all-time classics. Earwig and the Witch is directed by Goro Miyazaki, who of course is the son of acclaimed director Hayao Miyazaki. Goro has directed a few of Ghibli's movies himself, such as From Up on Poppy Hill and Tales from Earthsea. He also directed the CG animated series Ronya, the Robber's Daughter, via Polygon Pictures. Focusing on the movie itself, Earwig and the Witch follows a young orphan girl named Earwig, who is one day adopted by a strange man and woman. The woman, named Bella Yaga, is a witch and adopts Earwig so she can have an extra pair of hands helping her with her magic. Earwig hopes that this will lead the witch to teach her magic, but the witch only ever works her to the bone. So Earwig, using her cleverness, along with some help from a talking cat, is going to show the witch who's boss.
Seems interesting enough.
I'll discuss some things about the story in a moment, as what is the primary factor of this movie is that it is Ghibli's first fully CG movie.
Was the CG good?
It was decent. The animation wasn't quite on par with Pixar or even the Lupin the Third movie. A lot of the time the animation looked fine, but anytime something happened fast or quickly, it kind of looked like the frame rate was being capped. That's probably the best way I can explain it. I'm no expert with animation, CG, or frame rates, so I'm not entirely sure what would specifically cause this sort of frame rate cap issue that seemed to be happening, but the animation didn't seem quite right when someone or something moved quicker than normal. That being said, the background, the sets, the environment in which the characters existed in looked great. Amazing really, especially in any of the outdoor scenes. They looked photorealistic. Really good job on that side of the CG, the backgrounds and sets. Assuming that little issue with the frame rate can be worked out, I'd be willing to see Ghibli explore CG a little more. Which does bring us to the story, which I didn't hate.
This doesn't sound good.
It's not bad per se. Earwig is a fun enough character to watch. However, there's no real character arc or development for her in the movie. To plainly lay it out, she is a clever, manipulative girl while at the orphanage, boasting that everyone does what she says, and after being adopted, it's not so much about her adapting to a new environment as much as it is her figuring out how she can manipulate the witch and the mandrake. There's no moral dilemma that states what she's doing is wrong or that she has any second thoughts about doing it. This movie is not a hero's tale. Not to say that this is bad, but it kind of feels like Earwig is a self-insert for young kids. What kid wouldn't want to be able to boss around the adults at least once?
True.
Like I said, Earwig is a fun enough character to watch, but Princess Mononoke, she is not. What I found more interesting about the story was it slowly piecing together the mystery of the red-headed woman. Mystery might be too strong of word, it's more how she is connected to the other characters is probably a better way to phrase it, but I did enjoy seeing that stuff. There's stuff that's implied about the relationships of the characters that I'm sure most parents or adults would understand when watching it, that may go over younger kids' heads, so they might find it more of a mystery than the adults. At the end of the day, Earwig and the Witch is clearly geared towards younger viewers. The book's reading age on Amazon is listed for 8 to 12, and I think kids that age would enjoy a character like Earwig, and potentially the movie. The movie is rated PG, I would assume mostly because of some scary scenes, mostly dealing with the Mandrake character. I could see that some really young viewers might get scared of him.
I'm no kid, but even I think he is kind of scary.
To start wrapping things up, Earwig and the Witch is an okay movie. If you have kids that are interested in series like Harry Potter, this might be a nice alternative instead of watching The Sorcerer's Stone for the 50th time. If you're more interested in it because of Studio Ghibli, if you've got an hour and a half to kill, consider checking it out. I don't think this will go down as a Studio Ghibli classic, but it is decent enough that it will and should be remembered as Studio Ghibli's first fully CG movie. As I said, I wouldn't mind if Ghibli explored CG a little more. This was a decent first impression for a studio that has only ever made traditional 2D anime, though I hope they'll also continue creating traditional 2D anime as well. With all that said, what are your thoughts on Earwig and the Witch? Let us know in the comments below. As always, I've been Anime Visor.
And I've been SiGNUM.
Thanks for watching, and see you later.
Bye bye.